Hey everyone, it's the chaplain here. Happy Wednesday to you. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to come at you real quick and just show you a couple things that I'm working on. If you noticed in my G40 gameplay video a few weeks ago, I had some things printed and off to the side, and I just wanted to really quickly scroll through and show you some of the changes that I've made, show you some of the adjustments that I've made, and maybe get your input. If you have something constructive to add, or if you have something interesting to add, or you have something that you would like to see even, just let me know. These are my national objective cards that I'm about to scroll through here and show you. And they were stylized after Young Grasshopper. I saw his cards and I really liked them, but everyone kind of has their own artistic flair, if you will, and so I wanted to kind of make my own take on it. And I'm not trying to steal anything from anybody. I'm giving credit where credit is due. I first saw this idea from Grasshopper. If he came up with it, awesome. If not, you know, props to whoever came up with it. I just think it's a lot easier than flipping through a rule book. So, the Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. There you go. There's your daily dose of the Bible. So here are my national objective cards. These are all going to be printed on 2.5 by 3.5 cards, much like actual deck of playing cards I actually have on makeplayingcards.com, a deck that I'm waiting to purchase once I finish all my tweaks. But every playable country will get one of these cards, and one of these cards, the unit breakdown. This is such a cool card. But if you notice, it's a little small. And this is a 2.5 by 3.5. Now for me, 20/20 eyesight with my glasses on, not a big deal. Nobody cares, I can read it just fine. But I came up with a fix for this, and I'll show you in later cards. I'm going to scroll through kind of quickly on these, because if you know the national objectives and the Global 40 game, then great. If not, then you can just play this through slowly and look at it. All of these are from the Global 40 2nd edition rulebook. Each country also has a political situation card, by the way. Some of these I ended up making a few extras just as a house rule. This one was really interesting. In Europe only, it's 3 IPCs for every German-controlled territory. Soviet-controlled territory the Germans originally controlled. There you go. But in global, it's worth 6, so this is a really big deal. So anyway, I went through and I tried to even colorize. If you'll notice, this is it might be a little hard to see here, but let me see if I can. It might be a little hard. This is a TV screen I'm using as a computer monitor, but this is the maroon. Japan's got the orange. It looks a little dark on this screen on this video, so I apologize for that. But I promise you, it is colorized correctly. You've got the nation symbol that it applies to, the IPC amount, what it needs to get, what you need to get to have that, in a creative title. Some of those are definitely borrowed from Grasshopper. So I'm going to scroll quickly through these now, a little bit more quickly at least, just so you kind of get the gist. I found this old Army font. That's where the numbers came from, and the letters here kind of stylized in that old Army paint font. So that was pretty neat. I was glad I found that for free. But yeah, I made a bunch of cards. Now, the only caveat to these cards that I have is that they do get 12 IPCs the first time Paris is liberated, but they get 4 infantry in their capital territory, and I didn't know a way. I don't want to start putting IPCs on all of them and have one that doesn't. So this is just 4, and then you just have to read it. So anyway, these are my national objective cards. As you can see, this is UK Europe objective, and then UK Pacific objective. Anyway, those are the cards. I've also got breakthrough charts. So this is the back of each of the 5x7 cards. Now 5x7 is a little bit big, as I noticed in our playthrough. Maybe they might become 3x5s. If you'll also notice, I have the order of play up top here. But this is the breakthrough chart straight from the book, straight from the out-of-box rule book, and this is breakthrough chart number 2. This one is a little bit more similar to the original, the 1984 classic. So I really liked that. And then I've got these. I hate flipping through the rule book, as I mentioned before. I absolutely hate flipping through the rule book. And so what I did is I made like a quick reference guide. These are also going to be printed. They are 5x7s. I think I'm going to make them 3x5s. The order of play at the top. But just some things. I'm going to put the unit breakdown. I'm going to make 2 columns here just so it's larger. That's how I'm going to fix this itty bitty little, scroll all the way to the top. That's how I'm going to fix this itty bitty card. I'm going to take this little card and split it up into 2 columns here and here. and this will be printed on a 3x5. But I went through and I just made a quick reference guide, for new players who you need to reference something really quick. What does a friendly neutral mean? What's a strict neutral? The Mongolia rule, for crying out loud. We all have these things that we forget sometimes from time to time. A list of the victory cities, defenseless transports. Everyone forgets defenseless transport, it seems, unless you're professional. The scramble rule is kind of hard sometimes. I know that General Hand Grenade has made a ton of videos on Know the Rules. It's a great series. I highly encourage you to go out and check that series out from him. Anything he puts out is just great content. I do definitely think that we should all get into watching each other's videos. The content is just great on all of those. So General Hand Grenade, Know the Rules, great series. But I made these, and then of course in the orange. It doesn't look orange to me in my viewfinder on my phone camera, but here I'm looking at it on the TV. It's clearly the correct color, orange. And then last but not least, since the political situation card and the unit breakdown card is kind of small, I might forego making this one because I've made it here. So this is the general political situation for each country. And in my original cards, I only had this left roundel, but I've decided, since I am a symmetrical kind of guy, and then a space, symmetrical, not asymmetrical or anti-symmetrical. I am symmetrical. I prefer symmetry. I'm not OCD, but anyway. Long story short, I had one, I made two. There you go. And then the setup charts, again, the coloring, I'm trying to keep the coloring uniform across the board. These are going to be printed. They currently are printed on 5x7 cardstock. I'm thinking about doing 3x5s. But this is 12-point font right here. All right, so it's readable at almost any size. But again, on the smaller size, it was a little difficult depending on who you are. So the political situation and the unit breakdown. And each country will have these in hand. If you're playing BBR with G.I. Joe and those guys, Detroit, Hambone, and Hilltop, you're going to be playing Anzacanarants, and I don't have a Canada card, so there's that. But anyway, I just wanted to show you a little something, what I've been working on. If you have any suggestions or comments or questions, or again, I'll just say suggestions. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I would love to hear them. I'd love to field your questions. I would love to expand everyone's gaming experience. That's really what this community is about, right? It's about taking this game that we love, and it's about expanding our gaming experience and making it better and more inclusive. So that's what I've been working on. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. I will talk to you later. This is the Chaplain, and I'll be praying for you.